So, welcome to Scotland. Now, it's a wee bit dreich, as we say in Scotland. Dreich means a little bit wet and a little bit dreary today. However, my mother did always come up with a very good saying, and that means that you never mind the rain ever again. She said, today's rain is tomorrow's whiskey.
Thus was I welcome to Scotland on a wet August morning. The rain may benefit the barley in the fields, but I just felt wet. But a stop for a cup of tea and scones sure did the trick. At the inn of the Two Bridges, we found refuge, an inn so named for the structures that span the Firth of Forth. One, a Victorian rail bridge, a marvel to see, and the second, a modern suspension bridge, equally as impressive. The Firth of Forth is a huge bay on the east coast of Scotland, the place where Robert Louis Stevenson wrote his classic Kidnapped. Well, warm from the tea, we headed into the city center of Edinburgh for a quick tour to get our bearings. Here we drove past such landmarks as the Royal Bank of Scotland, the modern Scottish Parliament, the volcano called Arthur's Seat, the restaurant where J.K. Rowling wrote the Harry Potter books, and of course, Edinburgh Castle. Well, next, we were whisked off to our lodgings at Queen Margaret University. It's a very modern campus, only a 6-minute train ride from the center of town. And here, finally, I could freshen up and rest before heading out for the real reason I came to Scotland, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Well, the sights and sounds of the festival are invigorating, and pretty soon my energy returned as I passed by musicians, clowns, and all sorts of performers. That evening, I saw my first American High School Theater Festival show. It was Thornton Wilder's The Skin of Our Teeth, performed in a church that was turned into a performance hall. Unfortunately, they asked me not to record the show, so here you just get a glimpse of the stage. Then it was a quick bus ride back to the university for much needed sleep. Everybody say hello, Barstow. The next morning it was breakfast and then on the bus to see a morning doubleheader. Lanford Wilson's Book of Days and an original play, American Women. They were both American High School Theater Festival shows. And here in the quaint neighborhood of Pilrig, another church is transformed into a theater. And the next day was more of the same. But one of today's highlights was seeing a production of Rent School Edition. How we gonna pay? How we gonna pay? How we gonna pay? Boy, this brought back memories and made me proud of our own Barstow production last year. More festival people watching, bagpipe dancing. And we ended the day with something I've never seen before. We're going to the tattoo. The Edinburgh Military Tattoo is its own festival. It's a celebration of the British Armed Forces. But it's more than marching bands, and a little hard to explain it if you haven't really experienced it. But nowhere have I ever seen such a celebration of the armed forces. Right on the castle grounds, groups from all over the world play and march. It was fun, exciting, entertaining, and just plain awesome. Dancing, marching, singing, and even a battle reenactment of soldiers in Afghanistan.
Aboard the Chinook helicopter is a dedicated team of medical specialists, including a paramedic and an accident emergency nurse, will treat and evacuate the casualty.
And it all ends with a lone piper on the castle turret. The next day, we boarded the bus and headed north for the Trossachs, the Scottish Highlands, the land of Rob Roy and Braveheart. The rain did not deter our outing as we hiked amongst the heather and picked wild berries. What you got there, Andy?
Blueberries. We're living off the land. You want to try some?
Mmm. The majestic scenery was refreshing and peaceful, not the violent wilderness I'd expected at all. So we picnicked in the woods, and then we stormed Stirling Castle, the historic royal home of Mary Queen of Scots. We toured the castle, the village grounds, and cemeteries, walking where kings and queens lived and ruled, before heading back to the bustling, lively festival in Edinburgh. And so our final days in Scotland were filled with festival shows, technical meetings to plan Barstow's trip next year, and just walking the streets, enjoying the best of the festivals in Edinburgh, the Fringe. Now I'm walking down the street here in the Fringe on the Royal Mile. There's thousands of people here. It's really amazing. We're going to kind of look and see what's going on the street.
Hey, just don't here. Holding time